It really felt like someone just pushed like a rod through my skull.
One lesson we can learn deeply from this video, and I already knew the lessons, of course, I just had to learn the hard way, like you probably do as well, but just try not to be a dickhead about this one move, yeah, because please listen to me, you do not want this. You do not want to take a tab and take your chances, and then, oh fuck, am I slipping under? Because that's what happens. You don't know if you're just scatting or not, and you get to a point where you're like, when you just need to breathe, you're like, okay, because I'm either going to have to phone the fucking old bill or my body's going to have to do it. And obviously I'm not phoning the old bill, so fuck.
Warning, this video does not violate community guidelines. This is an educational documentary created strictly for harm reduction purposes. We do not glorify the use of legal or illegal psychoactive substances and are not responsible for any misuse. Thank you, stay safe.
Wow. Holy fuck. I just completely emerged out of the darkness. That was absolutely crazy. I can't believe that has happened. That's scary shit, mate. To be in the abyss and then turn the lights on and you're like, oh yeah. That's weird, man. That's weird. That's what it feels like. Ooh. Scary.
Emergency trip report. I took 2 tabs, kind of on a whim. I didn't test the tabs, okay? I've concluded ultimately it's not a good idea. Right now, everything is extremely, like, I haven't been like this for a long time. I started to get a bit concerned because I was like, ooh, this is not... I walked around and my walking was very, like, weird and stiff. It doesn't feel psychedelic. It feels like there's, like, a physical weird thing, like, in my consciousness. My feet and my senses are tingly and all the boundaries feel really bizarre. Like, it's not a normal psychedelic trip. I don't know what the fuck is... My standing is very, like, stocky. Feels like there's a very... something pushing on it from the outside. It's weird. Time dilation. I think it's gonna be a deep trip, but I'm not sure. Oh my god, nah. I'm scatting. I can definitely tell this is gonna make me scat. I'm tripping hard. Oh my fucking god. I think it must be real acid. And I'm not gonna let it overwhelm me, yeah. But oh my god, this has hit me really hard, really quick. I took this on a whim, yeah. I was not really expecting this. This is gonna be really... I haven't ever had like a challenging trip, but it's literally radiating at me, bruv, making me like second guess my everything. I never get like this. Yeah, it's definitely scatty. My heart rate has gone up. It just makes you scat because I got up and I just realised how synthetic kind of... but I don't know, it might be a weird paranoia. Everything's okay. Like, I'm not like scatting. I won't lose my shit like that. Ultimately, because I know how to get around that stuff. But yeah, no, it doesn't feel right, mate. It just doesn't feel... it feels very, very bizarre. My whole scale of everything was going a bit strange. I just feel like this doesn't feel right. Fuck knows. I've never had something like that, mate. I don't know what that is. Be careful. Dodgy shit. That is next level stuff, to be honest. Fucking hell. Dangerous territory. Be careful, people. It's not a joke. I just lost my shit in the bathroom for a good 10 minutes, I don't know. I started throwing up a lot. I'm not going to show you, but it's clear when you throw up normally on a psychedelic, you know the crack if you know psychedelics. This was not right. Poison, very intoxicating. Test your shit. Trust me, you do not want this. This is the last time I'll ever make a move like this ever in my life. What a bad idea. Right, so my initial thoughts is I got up out of my chair. I just laughed and said, nah, that ain't right. And I laughed because it was funny, because I knew that it wasn't right. And I was like, for fuck's sake. I came in here and I pulled out my phone to message someone to say, yo, this is not right. And it's definitely not right. Its scale is so weird. I don't know why this would happen. It doesn't seem like a normal acid. I'm not sure. I don't know. I never had an experience where it's like actually like took me by that shat me up. It's definitely not right. I'm trying to describe what it's like, but it's just hard. The house is spooking me out. When I walk around the house, it seems to be shifting from left to right. Like the gravity's half on the left and then it's half on the right. Like it's like a fucking ship, like it's in the ocean, moving like that. That's what it feels like. I've never had that before. It's like the world is moving under my feet. That's basically what it feels like, yeah. It feels like the earth moves at a different pace under my feet than I do to it. It's a strange feeling. It's a weird way to put it, but that's definitely what it feels like. It's like it moves not in sync with your character. This is really trippy. Something's not right. This is a weird experience. Please ignore the house. Yeah, this is fucked up. So the visuals, everything's like growing. Everything's just bleeding out of itself forward. It's challenging. It's definitely weird. Fucking hell. It's not comfortable really. You're like, whoa. I didn't document the whole thing because I knew it'd probably be quite difficult. But what I just went through was not a very good experience. This is why you test your acid. That was not acid. It felt way too synthetic. Psychedelics don't do that. They don't like run their way through like that. Psychedelics, they have like an organic path. This was weird. It just wasn't right. It just came on fast, and then I got up, and then everything was like felt bad and synthetic, and my balance was all like fucking cubented and weird. Yeah, and then I kept having these deep trances where basically when you turn the light off and just stare at the ceiling, that's when the trance begins, and it was very sexually driven. It's not a good feeling. So the actual substance itself ended up taking quite a physically like concerning toll on me, and I am okay, and it's been many hours now. I mean, fuck knows, maybe it's going to continue to go on for ages. When I'm going in and out of these trances, it's scary because your body's like, it doesn't feel right the whole time, but you know, it is just a drug and it'll wear off. What a stupid idea. I learned a lot, but fucking hell, that was awful. Hopefully I just want to survive till tomorrow. Fuck knows who I'm going to be in the morning. That is not right, mate. Don't be fucking with that stuff. You want to know what you're taking, trust me. Do not take that chance. It's not worth it, mate. When you're on the other end of taking that mysterious substance, don't take it, mate. Gotta know what it is. It's not worth it, bro. Trust me. It's very confusing. You can tell that it's not like an organic way to, like, because I'm throwing up in the bathroom, yeah, and I'm literally coughing like it's not normal. It's definitely not. You can feel it's poison in your body, and I'm very happy to get rid of it. Definitely. I might need a day off. That fucked me up. Fuck's sake. It makes you scatty, yeah. You hear noises, and instantly that's like a million other people around the corner, and like something's going on. You're like, what's that? What's that? What's that noise? What's that noise? But it's hard. You're not even there to engage rationally with the thought, barely. It's not like paralyzing fear. It's just a weird, like, paranoia tick. Made the whole scene really scatty. What a mad experience, bro. What the fuck? I'm lucky to have come out of that good. But yeah, fuck it. I'm alive. Whew. It took me really going into my memories on my phone and reflecting on the trip reports. I still am not even right. Shall I try and walk? But yeah, it was very obvious from the get-go. It was definitely synthetic. And that's why immediately the first thing that happened to me, right, so I took the acid. When I got in, I sat on my chair. All right, it's coming on, it feels a bit weird. I got up, and that's when I laughed immediately. I fucking face palmed, and I was like, for fuck's sake. As I gazed down the hallway, I was like, fuck off, mate, this is not acid. No way is this acid. Because my consciousness was, like, had pressures on it from the outside, as if there was, I could feel the chemical in there almost. I don't know if that's actually what it was. My gravity was very, like, sturdy, as if like it felt like there were like lines shooting up my gravity center. It wasn't like organic, like I was unbeing it. I can trust authentic psychedelics, but when it starts doing this shit, you don't even know what it is. That's why it's scary. It was immediately very obvious to me. It's like a deep intuition that this substance is not right. But you can actually seem to trust LSD, at least psilocybin. You know you can trust psilocybin because that does not happen. Trust me, on mushrooms that does not happen.
But that is really how it would go down. Is some people just like me living our life. You know, we were doing all this on the X, so much stuff going on, and then a couple bad decisions, mate. That is really what it felt like, because I did really start to feel the lights turning out. And then when you get up after being in a trance for ages, and your body just feels like something really not right. Yeah, my stomach was really tense the whole time as well. I kept emerging in and out of the darkness. So I'd lay on the bed for like an hour and have some weird deep trance. A lot of it was sexually orientated, but it was very like synthetic. It was really weird. And then I turned the light back on. My whole consciousness went really slowly, and I saw the world like creep back in through loads of cracks, but it took like a minute to come back. And that's when I said, oh my god, I just emerged out of the darkness. This chemical physically takes a toll on your body, and it's pretty scary. 2 tabs, that fucked me up bad. That's not a joke. Be careful, people, please. Last time I'll ever make a decision like that again. Right, listen to this, okay, because this is important if you ever think that you may find yourself in a similar position where you maybe want to take some acid but it's not been tested or whatever. Right, so you want to take the acid, right? You have a lot of experience with psychedelics and you think, oh, you know, it's only a little tab, maybe, it'll be alright. Fuck it, if it's not acid, I'll just breathe it away and hopefully it's acid and fuck it. Nah. Basically, that decision of not knowing whether it's acid or not basically defeats the whole experience.
You're not going to go deep, are you? Because as soon as you start going deep and going under, you're going to start second guessing the authenticity and that are you going to fucking die in a minute. If you get it, you get it if you're a psychedelic guy. If you're just out here taking random drugs, then sure. But this is not good waters to be treading in it. Murky waters.
So yeah, that's it. I think I'm alive now. Fuck me, that was just so fucked up. That was so bizarre.
Be careful what you're taking. If it's not a mushroom that's just growing out of the ground.
I didn't feel like particularly safe in the house. I remember at one point I like shut this door and was like, I'm safe in here. I thought I ended up seeing a person on the sofa, but it was just some cushions. It just had a vibe like I was waiting to be confronted by some other human that's been in the house the whole time. That's what it felt like on the whole trip, and it was obviously not comfortable. In conclusion, everybody, you must test your substances. Do not take any risk. Please listen to me. It is not worth it. Because let me tell you what happens. You are just a being, as you do, exploring psychedelics. Yay, fun, epic. And then you decide to take your chances because you haven't got the test kit nearby. Fuck it. Hopefully it's a real acid. You take it, before you know it, your physiology and your consciousness just starts pulling you under into darkness. And then you kind of are having a hard time forming memories. You feel a bit weird. You keep going into weird, like, trances that don't feel right. Very sexually, motivated trances that are kind of fragmented and broken and synthetic. And then if you're lucky enough to merge out of the darkness, I don't know, it's fucked, bro. In terms of the weird sexual trances that I refer to, they were quite booky. I just kept having the urge to masturbate, basically, and they were very fragmented, synthetic, and like ruptured, and like I was barely conscious, and it was loopy. I kept finding myself in a new masturbation. I think I must have done it like 3 times, but I don't know how many of them resolved. I know it's taboo to talk about that, but the thing is, this is happening, and then as I kind of become aware of the happening that's happening to me, I'm like, oh, it's happening again. What? Oh, didn't this happen a minute ago? Because I'm in weird trance states, so it's hard to see past your own mind bullshit because it gets so thick.
Psychedelics will teach you shit for the most part, but this was just like, it felt like something physical had just been put in my brain and it just started growing, and then that just made it difficult to like communicate as a flesh brain and do what I needed to do. It really felt like someone just pushed like a rod through my skull and the lights started turning out. That's literally what it fucking was like. And it was scary because you're looking in the mirror and when you start throwing up, you're like, how long's it been, man? Like, I don't know how long this shit, when does this actually come on fully? Am I okay? I can't even it's mad. Definitely take a physical toll on my body. If I took another tab, pretty sure, to be honest, that probably could have went south. I could have actually physically hurt myself. I'm not saying this because I'm worrying about myself or anything. Like, I'm generally saying, like, this was actually hard. Sitting at the end of it, like, am I still here? Because you keep going in and out and you're like, fuck, how long was I gone for? I kept thinking, oh, I shouldn't have let myself slip that far, man.
Yes, if I took more, I would definitely be concerned for myself. There's this weird tendency with this substance. Yeah, it makes you really scatty. I remember, yeah, oh yeah, so I was led down at one point. Fucking hell. I was staring up at my lamp like this, so I could just see it on the roof. And then I went into some deep trance for ages. And then my eyes gazed back over to the lamp and I went, I've been here the whole fucking time? No way. Gazing off into some next dimensions next to me for ages, and then I was like, I'm still in the same fucking place. I would recommend probably mushrooms for newcomers to psychedelics, because had I not have had all my other experiences, I wouldn't have took this very well, probably. This has been like a trance for many hours, but it's hard to see the trance when you're in the trance. You're just walking around in like a dark, confusing world for hours. You can create your own worlds in there. It's difficult. I need to give myself time to breathe, because it's actually like, I was looking in the mirror and I was like, fuck me, bruv, this is getting bad. And that's what will happen, and this is why I'm warning you.
I'm quite proud with the way I dealt with it, to be honest. I was ignorant. You know, fuck it, maybe I'll just do, what did I say, every now and then? No, not every now and then, mate. But you can't take one slip on the you need to know what this shit is. Please, trust me, you can't get away with it. When you're in the actual trip, my muscles are so weird right now. Yeah, my heart started beating bare fast at the beginning as well. That second guessing of the legitimacy ends up becoming too solid an anchor in the experience. You need to have the clarity of the substance.
I also got in a cold shower. Yeah, it's like you forget your memories that just happened. When I say slipping under, it's not the traditional psychedelic slipping under, because we can tolerate that. We understand. If you take 5 dried grams of magic mushrooms in silent darkness, then you will slip under. Yes, but it's not the same. It's organic, and you probably have to build an intuition with the substances. You can tell when whatever this chemical was pulls you under. It's not the same, because you almost can't get a breath of fresh air anywhere, and it's very confusing, fragmented.